Join us this week for our charter on C'est la Vie. C'est la Vie is a beautiful Lagoon 67 power catamaran built in 2022. She can accommodate up to 8 guests in 4 luxurious cabins. The guests boarded at Nanny Quay on Tortola in the BVI and were welcomed with snacks and bubbles. Guests will be taken care of by epic crew Robbie, Sophia and Kirsten. The first stop was Privateer Bay on Norman Island. There the guests snorkeled and saw eagle rays and lots of starfish before some sea hop races, chilling, floating and paddleboarding, and a handstand competition. Robbie then took the guests over to Willie T in the tender so they could jump from the top deck. More jumping off the swim platform. Cocktails and appetisers at sunset before dinner. Slow-cooked baby back ribs, followed by a chocolate raspberry tart. Day 2 on C'est la Vie started with breakfast at Norman Island and with Captain Robbie doing a chart briefing for the day. Guests then snorkeled the caves before cruising over to Virgin Gorda, doing some sunbathing on the way. Guests then snorkeled Fallen Jerusalem where they saw a group of squid and a big lobster and lots of fish. Lunch was cheeseburgers in paradise, served with fries and broccoli slaw. It was then off to the baths to explore with tour guide Kirsten. The rest of the afternoon was anchored in Trunk Bay for swimming, sea bobbing and e-foil lessons with Captain Robbie. Guests then got ready to eat out at Coco Maya. Today on C'est la Vie, our guests left Trunk Bay on Virgin Gorda and went to Anegada. Coffee and fresh cinnamon rolls were served underway. Once anchored in Anegada, brunch was served and Robbie did his briefing. Guests went ashore to meet up with friends that were on a different boat. They explored Anegada for the day and had lunch at Tipsy's Beach Bar, did some bar hopping and flamingo spotting. They then returned to C'est la Vie for cocktails and appetisers and friends from the other boat joined them. Dinner was pistachio crumbed halibut, followed by layered banoffee pie pots. Day 4 on C'est la Vie started with breakfast of smashed avocado on sourdough toast with boiled eggs, marinated cherry tomatoes and pan-fried halloumi with banana smoothie and a side of yoghurt, granola and fresh fruit. Next, a cruise over to Great Dog for a snorkel of the Chimneys and then moved over to North Sound through Eustacia Cut. Lunch in the North Sound was warm Thai noodle salad with rainbow veg, tossed cashews, ribeye steak and a peanut, orange and soy dressing. The afternoon was spent jumping off the boat, paddleboarding and swimming over to the beach for volleyball and shell searching. Guests found a big conch shell. It was then time for sunset cocktails and appetizers, mermaid's lemonade cocktail and turkey meatballs, baked brie and camembert with almonds, cranberries and honey and crackers. Dinner was a fresh grilled lobster tail, garlic baby potatoes, brandy carrots, charred corn and a fresh mango salsa. Dessert was a warm butter pecan chocolate fudge brownie with homemade ice cream. Day 5 on C'est La Vie started with breakfast anchored at Prickly Pear Island, spinach, turkey and cheddar egg bites with pork sausages and tomato salsa, daily tropical fruit platter, cinnamon French toast with chocolate drizzle. Robbie gave his morning update and told them what was on the plan for the day. C'est La Vie then cruised from North Sound to Brewers Bay. Guests went snorkeling on the reef, some tubing and sea bobbing. Lunch was seared tuna or crispy chicken wonton poke bowls. After lunch, more snorkeling and water sports, and of course the floating dock beers. A late afternoon hike up Anderson Point was followed by sunset cocktails and appetizers, warm cheesy crab dip and fresh baked baguette, caprese skewers and sun-dried tomato cashew pesto. Dinner was pork tenderloin, followed by a whipped berry swirl cheesecake. Day 6 on C'est La Vie started with breakfast in Brewers Bay. It was then a short cruise over to White Bay on Jos van Dijk, and guests swam to shore to meet friends from their other boat to play cornhole, ring toss, bar hop, shop and have a couple of painkillers at the famous Soggy Dollar. It was then back to the boat where Sophia had made some delicious pizzas and a Greek salad. After lunch it was a short cruise over to Sandy Spit, where all the guests jumped in off the bow of the boat and swam over to explore the tiny island. It was then another short hop over to Great Harbour for a souvenir shop stop at Foxy's. Then a sunset cruise over to Little Harbour on Peter Island with cocktails and canapes underway, mango and lime daiquiri, and tuna and mango wonton cups, baked crumbed halloumi sticks with salsa and sweet chilli sauce. Dinner was grilled chicken, sun-dried tomato and spinach pasta with basil pesto and garlic bread, and dessert was a chocolate chip cookie and vanilla bean ice cream. The boys got up early and went on a half-day fishing trip with Salt Shaker BVI and were collected from the anchorage. The ladies had a sleep-in and then breakfast was served by Sophia and Kirsten. This morning it was just the girls, so everyone had a face mask to pamper themselves, while the boys caught some fish. The girls went snorkeling with the turtles, they did some paddleboarding, sea bobbing and lots of floating chats in the beautiful blue water. The boys came back in time for lunch of coconut shrimp Caesar salad with bacon, a parmesan crisp and rosemary beer bread. The rest of the afternoon was spent tubing, some more sea bobbing, snorkeling and floating and enjoying the last afternoon of being on the water. Guests enjoyed the last sunset with a strawberry daiquiri and a charcuterie board. A special birthday dinner was served of filet mignon, peppercorn sauce, potato gratin and roasted broccoli, and dessert was chocolate ganache birthday cake. After dinner it was birthday cigars on the aft deck while the kids went for a last night snorkel around the boat. After an amazing week on C'est La Vie, our guests tuck in to their last delicious breakfast. Captain Robbie does one last briefing and the guests talk about their best parts of the week. The anchor is lifted and our guests head back to Nanny Key to get a taxi to the airport. leaving with incredible memories that will last a lifetime. Thank you to our epic crew, Robbie, Sophia and Kirsten, for giving our guests an amazing time.